Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another Basic Designing Live with Shakia of Silaholics Anonymous. If you are new here, welcome to our channel. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and will hit the subscribe button. If you are a subscriber, thank you for the support and welcome back. We are going to continue in this series of designing, like learning to make basic designs within Silhouette Studio. So hopefully you guys will enjoy all of the content that will come from this and you will be better at Silhouette Studio by the end of the month. Now, if you are watching this live, I am a little bit early today because I have a slight headache. I want to kind of get this done so that I can go lay down and get some rest. And I just realized I shared this over on Facebook. Now, if you are watching over on Facebook, I'm so sorry. I'm about to delete it because we're only broadcasting over on YouTube. So if you are watching right now over on Facebook, come over to YouTube, like right now, because I made a mistake and put it over on Facebook. So this video is about to go bye-bye in 3, 2, 1. See you over on YouTube, Silaholics Anonymous. All right, so I completely realized that I hit live. I included the Facebook one as well. So like I said, we are going to design and show you just guys some basic designing. I posted a question on my page about something that someone wanted to design. Now theirs was a little bit different from this. It was like a cake topper, but it's about like welding and all of that kind of good jazz when you are all right, there we go. What was I saying? When you are like welding and everything like together and when you're doing script font. So that's what we're going to learn today. As you guys also know, because it is Black History Month, we are doing a spotlight of someone influential in Black history. So today, because I wrote something today and it made me think of poetry, our Black History Spotlight is none other than Madame Maya Angelou, who is someone that I am so inspired by. I did her I Am Woman, phenomenally. Phenomenal woman, that's me. I recited that in an oratorical contest when I was in the 6th or 7th grade. And she is just someone who has always inspired me. I love her story. If you can't see, she has 7 autobiographies. That should let you know the impact of her life and her experiences to where it could not all be contained in one autobiography. She has 7. To know that she experienced something so tragic as rape, to where she, after the person who abused her died, she became mute, like by herself. She refused to talk for 5 years. And just to know that so much poetry came from that, from within. And when she found her voice, just the things that she sang about, the things that she was an activist about, the things that she wrote, the screenplays, all of those things. She was a songwriter, a playwright. She was the first Black woman to write for a screenplay. I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, New York's bestseller, 2 years running. Like it was 2 years she was on that bestsellers list, and she was awarded the Medal of Freedom by none other than our first Black president, Barack Obama. So that's some history inside of history. So our Black History Spotlight is, like I said, none other than Maya Angelou. Right. So now that we have gotten that out of the way, I'm also going to let you guys know about one of the new releases on the website. Be sure to go over to the website and look at all of our new files that will be released this month in honor of African American History or Black History Month. All right. So that is one of them. And the second file is the one that we designed yesterday. So if you watched the video, if you missed it, you will see how we designed this. So if you don't want to design it, you can go over to the site and get that file for yourself. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this tutorial. Oh, look at that. Mistakes. It's okay. There we go. That's where we should be at. All right. So we are going to design this here. All right. I've already gone and typed out my text. If you don't know how to initiate text, it is with the A on the left-hand side. You will click on your screen. You're going to get that flashing blue light. You will proceed to type out your text. If you want them to be on separate lines, once you have one typed out, you can either right-click and choose duplicate, or you can use the keyboard shortcut by holding down Alt, click, and drag, and that will make a duplicate. Once you have your text there, you can, because it's going to come in as a default text, you're going to select it all, come to the A on the right-hand side, and here is where you will change your font to whatever font you want it to be. All right, so we're going to go back to our base font. There we go. And I like the way that this font was, but I did not care necessarily for the inside parts. And it's not for the size of what we would use this for, that would end up being very, very small and very, very intricate to cut. So to eliminate that, we're going to make sure there's some space in between each line. And it's actually out of order right now too. But that's okay. We're going to rearrange it. I'm going to select all three parts. We're going to come over to our text tool. We're going to go to offset. Change our offset to whatever size we want it to be. In this case, I'm going to make it like 0.025 maybe, and see where that takes us. I just want it to be a little bit thicker. That works for me, and we're going to hit apply. Okay, now that we have that, I'm going to hold down Shift, use the arrow key on my keyboard, and tab this over, but for some reason it's not moving, so we're just going to drag it. And I'm going to move this out of the way. So I never even need to touch my text. Now that this is, what do I have? I've already welded this. Okay, let's see. I am going to have to pull this in from somewhere else. So you're going to see all of my messiness because I forgot to bring that one over. There we go. And paste. Actually, where did it go? Oh, there it is. All right. You can either purchase an SVG or a cut file of whatever shape that you want. The person that asked about this there was like a shoe on it. So you can either purchase that, or you can simply do a trace of something. So not necessarily a trace and detach, because this is a solid color. For something like this, if you found an image that you wanted to use, you would do a basic trace. Even if it was a picture, because like with her example, it was a shoe. It was a picture of an actual shoe. You would just go and do a trace, take up your threshold and make sure everything's masked in yellow, like for the shoe part, trace it, and then now you'll have your silhouette or your outline of your shoe. So let's rearrange this font or this text, because that definitely is not the right order. So let's go here. I'm going to make this just a tad bit bigger. So this is ideal when you're working with script fonts. If you're working with a font that's not connected, you'll have to do some additional things in order to keep it connected, like add a bar in the middle and all. Like it's a couple different things that you can do to make it connect. So I'm just going to hover that over that. If you want to see how it's going to look before you weld it, you would select it all, fill it with color, and then remove the line color. That's going to allow you to see what it will look like before you even weld it. And I think I changed this to lowercase letters. I actually did, but not on this one. That's fine. We're going to figure out the best positioning of this. I'm going to try and make it connect as much as possible. I really wanted that U to connect. Maybe right there. And then I'm going to shrink this down, place this. And that's where the issue is going to come in with this E. So maybe we'll make it just a tad bit smaller, connect it there. Move this over just a tad, maybe move celebrate over more. And we're going to remove the line color on this so that we can also see the fact that you're going to lose part of your A. And I think this is kind of driving me crazy, but that's okay. We have the good one on the other side. You'll just get to kind of see how this is set up. I'm going to bring this in slightly because I want the E to touch the silhouette of Africa. And right. So you just want to have places where everything somehow connects. All right. Once everything is connected, I do recommend, just in case you don't like it and you want to change it up, you would go ahead, right click and duplicate or copy and paste, bring that down just so that you have a clean copy of it. Come back, go over to your modify tools and weld. And it is that easy to create a design, like if it's for, maybe just one that you can do this in vinyl. If you're going to cut it from different cardstock, layers of cardstock to make a cake topper. If it's for a birthday, you're just going to type in happy birthday and then like the number. You would type in, I think hers said stepping into 56 or something like that. So that's all you would have to do and then weld your object to it. We're going to do this one more time because I want to show you when you do have things separated like the letter I, how you could do that as well. So I'm going to pull this over. Okay. We're going to put an offset on it, same size, 0.025. And we're going to apply. I'm going to add color, hold down shift, move that up just so that it's out of the way. Move this. All right. Ooh, did not realize you were separated. On the first one I didn't realize that this was separated like this. So I'm going to show you a little trick to close that off. You're going to go to your draw curve or draw polygon. Either one of them will work. What's wrong with my mouse? There we go. All right. And we're going to start to create a shape that's going to connect these two sides. And bring it back to the other red dot. Click it to close it off. If you have to refine that just a little, go ahead and do so now by moving your edit points. Once you have that shape, you're going to just select the B and that shape and weld. Excuse me. All right, then we're going to select black, the rest of all the letters, group it together. I'm going to remove the line color so that I can see what it will look like. And let's also make this a different color so we can see it a bit better. And I'm just going to bring this down. Let's see. I'm going to make this a tad bit bigger just so that the I actually is not touching any of the other letters, because I want to show you how we would do that to get that to stay connected to everything else. Let's see. I'm going to bring it down slightly to where the T touches. I don't think I'm going to get my K, but what I'm going to do is select it, hold down Alt, make my duplicate. That's another way to make a duplicate instead of right-clicking. I'm going to ungroup this and double-click here, and let's see what this looks like. Undo. If I bring down the tail of my K, I don't think I'm going to like that. I think that's going to end up being too long. Yep. So we're going to just bypass that and just leave it. So it's only going to really be connected on this side and this side. I don't really like that. Let's see. Maybe if I tilt this somewhat. Nope. Well, I'll make sure that it connects at the R. That's what I'll do. So I'm going to just bring this up to where I have 3 points where it connects to the top to give it just a little bit more weight. Now, as far as the I and the dot, to get that to connect, you're going to go to your rectangle, your drawing tools, make a rectangle, use your green circle to rotate it, select that, select the I, the rectangle, and the dot, and you're going to weld that. If you want it to be a little bit bigger, which I think it will probably look better a little bit bigger, you can undo and then stretch this and then select it and weld. All right, I'm just going to check and see kind of where everything is. All right, I'm okay with it. I still think it's a little, this, I would probably try and add something, whether it's like another element or something in there to where this wasn't so weak on this side, but we're going to select it all and weld. Now, if I add line color and remove the fill color, you'll see that nothing is separated. This will stay completely together. And that is how you create those like toppers and things like that, where everything is welded. If you cut it and you felt as if it was a bit thin, you can at this point add another offset to this to either just beef it up or to create a backing for this. That was something else. Another question that was asked on that post is how you create 3D toppers and things like that. So if we go over to offset, I'm going to make it really small just to beef this one up a little bit. So let's go 0.02 again, or 0.25. So let's go 0.25 and then apply. I'm going to fill that with color, hold down shift and move it over, grab that. So I did lose the inside of the S. So, I mean, that's what happens when you make an offset. But let's say I just wanted to have an actual outline around this. I'm going to go offset. I think the default would be okay. I'm going to see what 0.075 looks like. So that's probably a little bit better. We're going to hit apply. You could then end up making that with like a color cardstock, whether it was white, black, another color, and you can keep making offsets on top, behind offsets and behind offsets. And if you wanted to make something 3D, you would get the foam pop dots and put them in certain areas around it so that it raised it up and it's not laying right flat on the layer behind it. So that is how you would create a layer design. All right. So hopefully you guys learned some things when it came to making basic designs. We're still on typography. We will, as the month progresses, we will go into some other type designing and basic designing. And as like you guys like to call them, SVGs. This technically can be saved as an SVG, but it's just a regular cut file because it's in Silhouette Studio. So I don't want you guys to get hung up on the term create an SVG because that is just a file format. So hopefully you guys learned something with this one. Did you guys learn something? Oh, she was saying to take the Y up. Let's see, double click. And you will highlight all of those marks and then take that up. But then you would have to also make some adjustments. I think anything on this would pretty much make it too wide. Yeah, it looks awkward. In my opinion, it looks kind of awkward. All right, so now that the tutorial part of it is done, just in case anyone watching the playback of this wants to end it at this point because they got what they needed, I'm going to open it up for a quick Q&A, no more than like 10 minutes or so. So if you have any questions on, like the design process of this, feel free to go ahead and ask your questions now. I do believe I saw someone ask what font this was. Well, I of course changed it. So you saw that this wasn't the original font. So I did change it. This particular font is called, I will type it out. I'm going to copy it and then select all and paste. This is a purchase font. It's very rare that you're going to see a font in my font list that came from like DeFont. I don't know exactly where it came from. I am a font hoarder. I buy fonts from everywhere, so I could not tell you where it came from, but this is the name of the font for whoever wanted to know what the name of the font was. Awesome, Rebecca. And there are some new files available as well. So a new file will be released every single day. Today, well, probably like one or two, because yesterday was 2 files. Today, there's also 2 files that released. So there is this one, which is what we designed last week. We designed this one yesterday on the live video for learning how to create basic designs and typography designs. And then we also have one that I designed, off camera, and that's the Be Advised, I am an, you can either say extraordinary. That's something my pastor used to say, put some extra on your ordinary. So I am an extraordinary brown girl, or how it actually reads, I am an extraordinary brown girl. So that file, you will get the file that you can choose whatever colors you want. So it's a full on, as you guys like to say, SVG. So it comes in SVG format, but silhouette format, where you can change all the layers of it, maybe put your own background or pattern in it, but you also get the PNG of the one that, like with the pattern that I chose, you also get that one as well. And as you guys know, we made the decision, well, should I say I made the decision, that all of our files will be 365, which matches what? Our brand. If you guys don't know, we do have a line of sublimation ink and sublimation paper, pigment ink, and a lot more in store over on our shop, shop.silaholicsAnonymous.com. The link for it is in the description of this video. It's in the description of each and every video. Visit our shop, shop.silaholicsAnonymous.com, to get your ink and submission paper. That's also where you will be able to purchase the files. But if you are someone that likes to spend time over on Etsy, Etsy also has those files. So check out the new Etsy shop, Etsy.com shop, HS Ink Digital. HS Ink Digital. Yes, you put it all together. What are the top 5 fonts we should have silhouettes? I do not have a top 5 list. I go through so many fonts. It is ridiculous. So I don't have a top 5. One of my favorites, which actually now I do have one that I'm kind of using. Before it was Closeness, I would use that because that's just like my big chunky font. But I really don't have top 5 fonts. I'm a font hoarder. So yeah, I really don't have I really don't have a top 5. I'm sorry. Any other questions? So someone said that this particular font is on Creative Fabrica. So if you have a subscription for Creative Fabrica, you can go over there and get that. If you don't have one, in the description of this video is a direct link to Creative Fabrica. If you click on that link, I do receive a small commission whenever you guys go and purchase anything, or if you get a subscription to Creative Fabrica. Right now, you can get your first month for $1, and then each additional month after that will be $19. It used to be $29, but they made it to where it's $1, and then you'll pay $19. It's well worth it. You missed the sale. I mean, I was promoting it like crazy when they had it, because at one point you can get it for as low as $9, which is what I have now. But now they're really writing this out, and it says it's up until Valentine's Day. So that probably won't change anytime soon. You pay $1 for the first month, and then each additional month, if you choose to keep it, would be $19. Now, today, because I did Silhouette Studio yesterday, technically today should have been Honestly Speaking. Make sure that you guys go over to the Honestly Speaking channel, because I am going to press that new release design onto, I didn't have a glitter notebook, but I am going to press it onto a, not a glitter, a sequin notebook, but I have a sequin like makeup bag that I got from, I believe I got that one from, I'm not sure if it came from Johnson's Plastics Plus or Sublimation Blanks and More, but I have one of those, and I'm going to press that design onto a sequin makeup bag. So make sure that you guys like and subscribe to, not just like and follow, but subscribe to Honestly Speaking's YouTube channel, because I'm going to be over there doing that. I was going to do that one a little bit later, but I'm going to do it right after this one, because I want to go lay down because I have a slight migraine. All right, so oh, she said me too. She got it for $9. Yes, awesome. All right, guys, thank you so very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and you learned something. Be sure to come and join me over on Honestly Speaking to see the live demo, which I was trying to get away from sublimation. Oh my gosh. I was so trying to get away from sublimation, but someone asked me about the sequin pillow. Like, I was so trying not to do any sublimation this month, y'all, but I got drawn in. So we will do some sublimation today, right after this. All right, y'all. So I shall talk to you. We'll see some of you guys. Hopefully I'll see you guys in about 10 minutes or so over on Honestly Speaking. But if not, you guys will hear my lovely voice, and I will see your beautiful comments in the video on tomorrow. All right, guys, until next time, have a great one. Peace.